Morning and bright and early on Catawba Island, so welcome. We're glad to have you. For those I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Jim Stouffer. And on behalf of Catawba Island Club and all of our staff and our organization, it's a pleasure to host the OCCF. I've had the pleasure of knowing so many in this room through the years and your leadership that it really speaks to the quality of this community and everybody involved, and it's an honor for us to host your event today. I was attending an event last night. We commented on our community, the last 25 years, the evolution. And most importantly, it's what we're giving. This community gives. Hardworking individuals, hardworking families, businesses that are growing and thriving. But most importantly, when we succeed, we give back. And the OCCF, really under the guidance of Joy Roth, is the epitome of what that stands for. Her legacy, the legacy of all of her friends, all of the folks she's worked with, to me speaks to the heart of this community, and it speaks to what the future looks like. The optimism someone my age has to have when you have 5 children, and I know a lot of your children and grandchildren, but that optimism carries the day, and the OCCF is leading the way. It's a pleasure to have you, and we're honored that you could join us today. Congratulations to everybody, because the effort and the work that goes into your success is part of the overall success of the community. God bless all of you. Enjoy your day.
I'm going to move up.
Good morning. I'm Deb Hartmeyer. I'm the president of the Ottawa County Community Foundation. And I said this is one of the easiest days to get off because everyone's really happy to be here to get what they're going to get. So, and we also get to learn a lot about your projects. So welcome, thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Shady Drew, our executive director.
Hello everybody, thanks to Jim Stouffer, a member of our new advisory council at the Community Foundation, for having us here. It's great. We weren't sure, those of you who've been with us for a while, we weren't sure if we were going to outgrow the Sutton Center this year or not, but we thought we shouldn't take a chance, so it's really nice to be here. I'd just like to start with prayer this morning, if you'll join me and bow your head. Good and gracious God, we gather today in your presence, grateful for the new day you've given us. We gather to direct our minds and hearts and the resources of generous people to the work you've called us to do, helping and serving others, especially those in great need, and to enhancing the lives of all. Make us mindful that it is truly your work that we do. Bless our time together. Bless everyone here who makes life in Ottawa County better through their efforts. Thank you for the food and drink that nourish us for service in your world. And all this we pray in the name of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Deb just said it's one of the easiest days of the year because everybody shows up to get the checks. I also think it's, for OCCF, it's just simply one of the best days of the year for a couple of reasons. One is it lifts up, it highlights the generosity of a lot of people, individuals, couples, and families over the years who at some point decided to make a commitment of financial resources to help the people of this county and to help the county thrive. And they did it in such a way through some giving options at OCCF that enables that giving to perpetuate. It's not a one-time event. It's a multiple, many-year, recurring type of action. And so I think we want to keep that in mind today. We're here because of generosity, as Jim Stouffer also mentioned. And then the second reason, I think it's one of the best days of the year, is we like to give a platform to all of you folks from the nonprofit organizations to just tell a little bit about what's going on. And I've only been with the organization for a couple of years, so this is only a 3 times around for me. But my first year came to the event, and so many people after it was over said, wow, I had no idea how much is going on in this county, in the nonprofit community, to serve the needs out there. And so that makes it one of the best days of the year, because we get to hear from you. Next, a few introductions. I'd like to first ask our OCCF board members, most of whom are this direction, but a few I see are interspersed, to just kind of raise your hand as I mention your name, and I'll call it out as I see it. We have Arlen Bench here, and next to him, or stand, or Tina, raise hand or stand. Tina Havelsel, Paul Druckenmiller, Jim Deere, Dave Slosser, and of course you've seen and heard Deb Harmeyer, Julie Market here, and then going back down this way, Mary Coffey, whom you know very well. We've got Ron Overmeyer. Okay. Also going this direction, we have Emeritus Board Member John James with us this morning. Now I'm coming this way. One of our newer board members, Mike Schenk, is here. And we have Brenda Haas. Okay. Now I'm coming this way. If I miss anybody, just shout out at me here. I know our newest board member, Alex Morgan Johnson, is here. And then standing back here and doing a little videoing, Marcia Chess. And I also want to mention former board members here, Tom Salomon. Tom, where are you? There we go, over this way. And board members, did I miss anybody? Very good, very good. And a few special guests. Unable to be with us kind of at the last minute this morning. I got called out of town on a matter. We're Hal and Diane Hawk, who along with Jim Stouffer are new members of our new advisory council, and they send their regrets this morning. We have county commissioners with us, Mark Stahl, Mark Koppler, Don Douglas, all here over this way. Thanks for being here, gentlemen. It's good of you to give us your time. I haven't talked to him yet, but Quentin Babcock, Mayor of Oak Harbor, aha, he's here. We also have former and long-serving Ottawa County Health Commissioner here, Nancy Osborne, is with us, yes, this morning. And also want to mention Peter Houston's here from the Great Lakes Islands Alliance. Peter, you're here, okay. And you'll hear from him briefly a little bit later. Jeff Roth here to present the Little Tiger Award toward the end of our program in honor and memory of our founder, Joy Roth. And now to lead us into our program, I'll introduce our Grants Committee Chairperson, Mary Coffey. Mary.
Welcome, everybody. This is such a change to have to talk into a microphone. So, thanks for coming. We are so excited to be in a new venue, and we thought we'd try this and spread out a little bit and see how everybody likes it. We are so excited that this year we have the most recipients ever for grants. 38 of you will be getting grants, and we're giving out today over $80,000. So this all started, as Shay said, in 1999, and I asked Tom Salomon if he would just come up and say a couple words about what went on in 1999. The foundation started, because with joy you never know. So, Tom, would you like to come up and say a couple words, please?
Well, what I was going to say, I can't. I can't say it. But a long time ago, I think that's when I really got to know Joy. And she was absolutely instrumental in putting this together. And she was the hard-driven individual who had support from his family, which was integral to this happening. And it seems like it just happened, but it was about a quarter century ago. So there aren't many of us left from the very beginning. But the message from the beginning was anybody who was a recipient of the largesse of the community has to remember they were given God-given talents, probably a very strong family, a strong community which is contributing to your further education. And what you have to remember is you can repay it back by doing good forever. And so that's my wish for all of you. Thanks.
Thank you, Tom. Well, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about the grants process, which most of you know, but not everybody knows. We open our application process the beginning of January, and we are an affiliate of the Toledo Community Foundation. So through them, we are now offering an online application, which most of you use this year. In fact, I think everybody except maybe 5 of you use the online application. And so we have the application process with a deadline date of March 1st. And then after March 1st, our grants committee reads the grant applications, and we get together 3 times and discuss every application, and then make a decision, and then present it to our board at the board meeting, usually the May board meeting. This year, the April board meeting. So then we send out the invitations to the awards breakfast, and that's your way of knowing that you're going to receive a grant. So the grant period is from today until next June 30th, 2024. So in the envelope, which you'll all be receiving today, there are quite a few enclosures. One thing that's in here are 2 copies of the grant agreement. And I put in 2 so that you can keep one, and you can sign one here today. And then Ron and Arlen will be at the back table at the end with your check. So keep one of the copies for you, and turn in the other copy, both pages, when you receive your check. There is also in here a checklist for you when you're doing your final report, which is due next June 30th at the latest. You can send in the final report anytime you've spent money, but we'd like them all in by the end of June next year at the latest. And for some of you that received grants last year, your deadline for last year's is 2 weeks. So you'll save me a lot of emails and phone calls if you can get them in on time. And then we also have in here a tips for sending in photos to Brenda Haas. And Brenda, would you like to say a couple words to them?
I would just say to you, one of the key things to remember is sending to the OCCF photos at gmail.com address, if at all possible. We get them sometimes sent to Mary, and that's fine. We eventually filter them into the right location. But if we get them to the actual OCCF photos at gmail.com, email, then I get to them quicker, and I can actually start utilizing them for some of the things that we do for press. Which thank you, Darcy, and we've got Mark Clemens here, anybody else from the media today. I would also say that the photo tip sheet that I gave you is very helpful when you're sending to any of them as well. So, it gives you a few tips on getting the best bang for your buck out of your photographs. If you have any questions, you're welcome to email me directly. My email is on there as well.
Thanks, Brenda. Also, we have in your envelope a flyer for our gala, which is July 25th this year. It's really the first fundraiser we've ever done, and there'll be information in here. If you go to our website, there's information in there. You can ask any of us board members, and we'll give you information. It'll be held here at CIC, and it's a Tuesday night, and there'll be a live auction. So if anybody's interested, just holler. Talk to one of us. There's literature back on the back table, because we'd love your support for that. One other thing about the grant process, if you have any leftover money after you've completed your grant, if you find out expenses are less than you thought or whatever, it is in the contract that you will return any unused funds, and we'd appreciate that. So, afterwards, if you have any questions on this, just let me know, let any of the board members know, email me, call me, because we just want this to be as easy as possible for all of you, because we appreciate everything you're all doing for the community. And with that, I'll call up our first recipient, Salvation Army. Cammie's there. And Cammie, with this money, is going to send some children to camp, and I'll let you tell her about it. We are going to ask all of you when you come up to just give a very brief synopsis of what you're going to be doing with the money. If you could keep it to a minute or under, very brief. I know everybody else would appreciate it, so we're not here serving you lunch too.
So not an off-the-cuff kind of girl. And I have to leave early, so they made me come up first. So we will be sending this year 24 kids from Ottawa County to a week-long overnight summer camp at a cost of only $25 to each family. It's a traditional summer camp with all of the rock walls and boating and swimming and all of the wonderful things that we're able to do for the kiddos in our county who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford it. So thank you so much for this contribution.
Okay, next, Courageous Community Services. It's Camp Courageous. I know somebody's here from there.
No, that's the,
Oh, sorry. They are also sending disabled children to camp. Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce and Tour Bureau.
Wendy Chambers with the Put-in-Bay Chamber of Commerce, and we're very excited that we are going to be doing a video with the state of Ohio about Put-in-Bay and the tourism that we bring. We launched new branding a couple of years ago, an everyday island getaway, with the target audience being families and empty nesters. And it's really bringing people to the island during the week, so we're very excited about that. We appreciate this money, and watch for the video soon. Thank you.
Okay, Ron Overmeyer, would you like to come up and present yours next? Thank you.
Okay, the first one I have, a concerned citizens of Earl Carver. Doc Priestman. And the grant purpose is 3 refrigerators and 2 ranges at Oakwood Manor. Doc, you can explain those.
Good morning. Oakwood Manor is a
retirement, senior citizen, low income, housing complex in Oak Harbor, and or disabled senior citizens as well. The appliances have all gone bad at the same time. You know, timing is everything, I guess. So we're trying to replenish all of the refrigerators and the ranges in a scheduled replacement for us. So we're very thankful for the money, and we appreciate putting back into the community very much. Thank you.
Next is Cultivate the Clover, Molly Avers, and experiences and leadership for 4-H camp counselors.
Good morning. This year we are taking 137 campers over to Kelly's Island on Monday, and 33 camp counselors that are teens from within the community. So this money helps us set aside scholarships for kids. So we offered $500 in scholarships for those kids to attend, as well as keep our counselor costs down, since a lot of them do give up a week of work, and some of them are making really good money. So greatly appreciate that. And then we also bring over volunteers from the community to help offer sessions, like somebody who's in here, like Cammie, is going to come over and teach Cake Boss. And then we partner with a couple other nonprofits to give the campers and the counselors the best experience possible.
The Ottawa County Egg Society and Zach Avers, and their project is new pens for sheep and goats at the Ottawa County Fairgrounds.
Yeah, our sheep and goat pens are aging out quickly. I remember showing in them when I was in 4-H, and they were degrading at that point. So it is long overdue. We have placed the order for 78 new pens in our sheep and goat barn. And rumor has it they will be in by fair, so we are very excited to get that and start paying for it.
And next is the Ottawa County Traditional Housing. And Joyce Kessler. Oh, congratulations. Dan's house, new refrigerators.
New refrigerators are going to go to Ruthie's house, and we have so many needs there for the women. We're there because of domestic violence. I just want to thank you so much because we really need that.
Okay, next is Arlen Bench.
Morning. My first recipient, Arc of Ottawa County, and Janet Gray Moore, treasurer, is representing. We have a summer camp for children with disabilities.
So we run a summer camp. It's 8 weeks long, 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, starting. Yeah. And this grant helps to pay for field trips and craft supplies and snacks for the kids, and they also want to field trip days around, like a restaurant to do that. So, which is all good for these kids to get out into the community. And also we use it for scholarships for campers who can't pay. So that's what we do, and we love it. They love it, and the parents love it. So, thank you.
Next, we have Habitat for Humanity in Dignity Heights. We have a project called Playhouse Build.
Thank you so much for this. We are going to be putting together
together, a Playhouse Build, which will be a fundraiser for us. But it will also, enable us to donate back, 10 playhouses to needy families in Ottawa County. Maybe a family that maybe wouldn't be able to afford a playhouse for their kids. But the funds that we receive from this, will also go towards building our new homes. In the last 3 years, we've been able to, sell our homes to 6 families in Ottawa County. So we're doing our best to try to help with the housing crisis that's everywhere across the United States. And in the spring, we're going to be starting our own subdivision in Oak Harbor. So we'll have 18 lots that we'll be able to build on. So all of these funds will go towards those new house builds that we started. Thank you.
Next up is the Ottawa County Holiday Bureau, and we have Jan Overmeyer.
Hi, I'm Jan Overmeyer. I'm treasurer for the Benton, Carroll, Salem, and Oak Harbor unit of the Holiday Bureau. There are 4 units in the county. We have the Port Clinton area, Oak Harbor area, Danbury area, and Allen, Clay, and Harris Township area. We give vouchers out to needy families at Christmas time so they can buy food and household items. We've been very fortunate to rely on community support, donations from the citizens in our areas. Unfortunately though, last year our numbers of applications really increased, and so we didn't get as much money as we could have used. Our number went up from like 118 applications to 160 applications. So we just need some extra funding to help all these needy people at Christmas time. We appreciate any support we can get.
Next, we have Sleep in Heavenly Peace, and Nancy Hillman is here representing that organization. She provides beds for needy children.
Good morning, I'm Nancy Hillman, and I represent Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We are new. We've only been active since November 25th by handing out beds to children that don't have them between the ages of 3 and 17. As of the other day, we have donated 36 beds in the Oak Harbor and Port Clinton towns. We have currently got 2 new applications this week, and they're both from Port Clinton, so we can't wait to get the whole application so we can give them beds. We do need help from the community. This grant is going to be awesome to help buy the woods. But if you would like to help, we definitely need poor people to join our actions to help build. We just built 21 beds the other day, but we know we want to add Elmore and Janal to make sure it's the whole county that we're servicing, and we would like to at least get 50 beds in stock when we do that. So this grant will help to do that. Thank you very much.
Next up is Tina Hoppesol.
Thank you, Arlen. First up here is the Oak House. Kristen? Not okay, what's your name? I'm Leslie. Oh, Leslie, okay. Congratulations. And this grant is to help provide trips to various attractions and events. Can you explain a little more?
So again, I'm Leslie, I'm the program coordinator, and so this grant is going to help us give our members new opportunities and experiences to explore, go to places like Cedar Point. So this grant will help us, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I know over the years you've done different fishing trips.
trips,
Yes.
and you want to go to a Mud Hens game
Yeah, Mud
maybe?
Hens game, foot day, yes. Thank you.
And next is St. Vincent de Paul. And Jim Boulay is here representing them. And this grant's purpose is for food and food certificates for those in need.
Great, thank you all for this. For those who don't know the food pantry, we're non-denominational, even though it says St. Vincent de Paul. People who are in the Portland school district, not just Portland, the whole school district, are eligible based on criteria set by the state. And pre-pandemic, we were doing about 100 to 120 families every other week. Pandemic brought our numbers down. Today, we're at about 80, 85, but we're seeing them decline very rapidly, as you would expect with what's happening in the economy. So we're anticipating that sometime by the end of the summer, we're going to be around 140, 150 families. Families include seniors, families, individuals, but all people in need in that community. So thank you very much. I can say, Mary, there'll be no money coming back. Tina wanted to let us know, we've changed locations. We were at the Ford Resale Center for a number of years, but they just grew so much, they needed the space. So we are now in rental space in the plaza right behind McDonald's on 3rd Street. And it's working out very, very nicely, so thank you.
And there's Cast It Forward, Art Handfill. This is, the grant purpose for this is fishing trips for veterans, children, and seniors in need. Come forward here. Do you want to explain a little more?
Hi, good morning. My name is Art Handfill, and I am the founder and executive director of Cast It Forward. Our mission is to provide fishing opportunities to kids, veterans, and seniors, share our great outdoors and share our great lake with people that otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to do so. On behalf of everyone in our organization, we'd like to thank everyone in the Ottawa County Community Foundation for this grant as a fledgling organization. This is our second year of operation. These funds will go a long way into helping introduce people that otherwise don't have the opportunity to get out on the lake. And also, I'd like to add, just as a side note, that it struck me standing here listening to what other groups in this room are doing. If you feel that what your organization is doing and your participants may have some opportunity with our group, please, I'd be happy to talk to you about it and let you know what we do and why we do it. So, thank you very much.
Paul Druckenmiller is next.
Good morning. My first grant is for Otterbein Senior Life. Michael, would you like to tell us a little bit about your project?
Yes. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike Duffy, Regional Development Director for Otterbein Senior Life. It's been our pleasure and honor to be serving this community since the early 1990s as a continuing care retirement organization. Our goal is to attract individuals and couples to our very unique environment for seniors 55 years of age and older. We have about 95 residents with us currently, and this particular grant will go to help us fund what's called a hearing loop system for our residents. Over 60 million individuals in this country are afflicted by hearing deficiency, some with hearing aids, some with just difficulty in hearing but not having a need significant enough to actually have a hearing aid. This technology will address, from a spirit of inclusiveness, bringing our residents who are hearing challenged into conversation, into enjoying special events, into watching television and movies in a common area. We're going to avail this technology to our independent living activity room and also to our Boulevard Bistro dining room. So please know of our gratitude. It's also been really nice to meet Jim and to meet Brenda and to meet Mary, putting a face to a name, and to reconnect with Shane McGrew, who I worked with many years ago at Capital University. So thanks very much. We're honored to be here and grateful.
Portage Fire District, Firefighters Association, Antonio Hand.
Tony Hand, the fire chief with Portage Fire. This grant's gonna give us the ability to purchase with the ever-changing technologies out there. There's some fire blankets for the electric vehicles. If they catch fire, water you don't wanna put on it. So this will allow us and our firefighters to help serve the community a little better with that and help extinguish stuff and possibly save people. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Next, I have the Mid-County EMT Association, Paul Striker.
As Chief Hand intimated, technologies are changing, same in the EMS field. This grant is going to be going towards providing new airway devices for us so that we can secure people's airways if they're having cardiac arrest or some similar event. It's video airways so that we can actually see what we're doing a little bit easier, and it's helping care for that patient and see what's going on.
In the Port Clinton Firefighters Association. Anyone here from Port Clinton? Okay. Next, Jim Deere.
Thank you, Paul. Good morning. My first recipient is Heartbeat of Ottawa County, represented by Brittany Dawn Powell.
I met with Mary yesterday doing her nails, so she warned me I had 1 minute, so I thought I better put something together. So my name's Brittany, and at the Family Pregnancy Center in Ottawa County, we give a chance for families to get beyond the unexpected and to see a solution and to be a beacon of hope in a time of crisis. We offer over 250 different educational courses for free. Clients can choose to do our Learn and Earn program and receive baby bucks for each class they take. With those baby bucks, they can then shop in our donor-stocked boutique for necessities such as diapers, wipes, formula, breastfeeding items, clothing, and more. With your generosity in this contribution, we will be able to grow, we'll be able to move forward, expand our classes and our outreach into the community. We hope to offer free medical services throughout Ottawa County. We're looking forward to make community connections. So please find me, talk to me, connect with me, and again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much.
Our next recipient is Team Bayak, represented by Trevor Teach.
Good morning. I'm Trevor with Team Bayak, and we are a new organization to help veterans with PTSD and reduce suicide rates in veterans using something we term adventure therapy. So we're trading bad habits for good habits, basically. I donated a company that I used to run in the area to support the effort to get us going. So we have a fitness center. So typically what happens with PTSD, it's coupled with things like substance abuse, sedentary lifestyle. So we get them in there, the veterans, we get them working out, we get them eating right, get them off of, the substances like alcohol as much as we can. And then once they're in shape, they kind of take the next step. And we just 2 days ago got back from the White Mountains in New Hampshire, where we climbed 2 mountains, and we have a yoga and meditation guide that travels with us. She's from Denver. She's world renowned, Stacey Lee Krause. So we're great to have her on staff. So it's been really, really positive so far. And this gift here is going to be used for our next major retreat, which is to Iceland, which is, for a lot of these guys, will be a trip of a lifetime, to summit the highest point in Iceland, which is Dalshnúkur, if I'm pronouncing it right. And then to spend some time in natural hot springs doing the mindfulness portion. So it's a healthy, natural way, I think, for guys and women from the military to utilize some of the skills that they haven't since they've been in their military career. Also meeting new people, new comrades that will understand where they're coming from. So basically veterans helping veterans. But we're grateful for the award. Since we're new, not a lot of people know who we are. I did bring some pamphlets. If you want to learn more about the organization, I'll put them over here. Thanks.
Thank you, Trevor. Our next recipient is the Playmakers Civic Theater, represented by Stacy Mayholder. Stacy.
Good morning. What a fun morning. That's a great way to start. Thank you so much for this. We really do appreciate it. Thank you, and we're honored and we're grateful. With our Playmakers Civic Theater, this is our 76th season, so we're very excited about that. Beyond what we are known for, which is our regular season of plays and musicals, we're really looking for new ways to engage a younger and a new audience, if we will. So we're put together some workshops and some classes, really focused around our youth, middle school age, high school age, special needs, and adult programs. So with this money, we'll be able to bring to life our 3-2-1 program. Thank you.
My final recipient, and just a side note, we've noticed quite a few newer organizations that have been awarded grants, and we're so happy to see that we can help the newer organizations build their projects and so forth. So, and this is another one of those. Walk in My Shoes, represented by Susan Hartman.
So about 6 years ago, I had received some money from a local book club, and they said to use it in the schools. So I went and purchased Shoe Carnival gift cards and bought shoes for some of the kids in their schools. 2 years ago, Bill Greer came to me and said he had heard of Grand Love, and a lot of the children in the Grand Love program use shoes as well. So we expanded that program to include Grand Love. Shortly afterwards, we moved into the Port Clinton School District because Grand Love went so well. The first year we did 31 pairs of shoes. The second year, 65 pairs of shoes. And with this grant today, we're hoping to expand to Oak Harbor and Genoa and continue to grow as a program. But your donation will put shoes on feet of children in our community. So thank you very much.
Just a quick side note on that. Again, I had Bill Greer, who she mentioned is a member of Port Clinton Rotary, of which several of us here in the organization are part of the Rotary. And Bill was talking about that project, but at that point they weren't 501c3s yet. So in talking to them, we asked them to consider having a 501c3 so the foundation can help them. So any of you in your conversations with other folks that are looking for assistance and grants, just want to make sure they talk to one of our trustees or whatever, and that they have a 501c organization. So thank you. Next up is Dave Slosser.
Good morning again, and thanks for being here. It's always so exciting to see the great people here, to see what we have accomplished and what you have accomplished. It's so exciting to see this. My first recipient this morning will be Joyful Connections, And Heather, if you're here. And this grant is to reduce finance and transportation barriers.
Morning, thank you. I'm the new executive director at Joyful Connections, and when Tammy applied for this grant, we have a lot of families who are really struggling to get to the visitations for their children. So this grant will help us start to provide transportation to and from the visitations for their children. So thank you very much.
My next grant recipient would be Shadell Everettum and Gardens, and that would be Veronica Sheets.
Thank you. My name is Veronica Sheets. I work at Shadell Arboretum and Gardens, and yes, we are in Ottawa County. I know we're on the outer fringe, but we are from Ottawa County. We're a beautiful 17-acre garden estate that people come and visit. We do weddings. But what we're using today's gift for is summer science camp, and we started this for our community and surrounding communities 14 years ago, and I believe Ottawa County Community Foundation has been supporting and helping support since its start. And we have been able to do something different, something a little more every year, thanks to the support of our community. We went from a 1-week camp for middle schoolers to now we have 2 weeks of elementary camp, 2 weeks of middle school camp, and we just added art camp last year, which was very well received. So anyway, thank you for this money, and I hope you all come visit.
Each year, the Community Foundation has the opportunity to have one of our meetings at the Shadell Gardens. And again, if you have not been there, like Veronica said, it's a beautiful place, and we are very fortunate as a community foundation to be able to hold a meeting there each year. My next recipient is the Ottawa County Family Advocacy Center and Connie Rowe.
Well, thank you so much for this. We advocate for the success of families in Ottawa County. And about 4 years ago, we purchased the old church on McKinley with the generosity of Kelly and Corinne Smith, who helped us make that happen. And when we bought the building, we said, oh, we're never going to use the old sanctuary space, right? Because we're just never going to need it. And so now we obviously use it all the time, and probably need to add a second story. But the leadership of Ottawa County helped us rehab that sanctuary space, everything but the ceiling. And so now every time there's a gathering in there, I go, please don't look up, please don't look up, please don't look up. The ceiling and the lighting is horrible. So our project this year is to replace the ceiling and lighting in that big room. So thank you so much.
My last recipient is the Greater Port Clinton Arts Council, and that is for a facelift, public interactive and sculptures at the Arts Garage, and the contact person I have down is Olin Martin. But I think it's Carol Morgan. Congratulations, Carol.
Okay, the Greater Port Clinton Area Arts Council, our home is the Arts Garage at 317 West Perry Street. We have free programs for children all throughout Ottawa County, and what we're going to be doing is 3 interactive sculptures within our side garden, which isn't much of a garden right now, but it will be. And so we're going to have art teachers and community members. They're going, if you remember the books where you could take a face and put a nose and eyes and all that, these are going to be squares that you can turn, and they're going to be educational because there'll be people in history on one of them. artists on another, so, and community members will be welcome to help paint all of these as well, along with the assistance of artists. So thank you so very, very much.
I have to, just a side note, as a veteran educator, I have to say it's so exciting to see so many programs involving kids with camps and different things, and just like what, you know, what Carol said, the same thing. Very exciting to see that. I think the next person I have would be Brenda. No? Do we have? Oh, yeah.
My first recipient is Engaging Opportunities Christie's Corner Cafe. Is Kathy Barbie here? Nope, it's not Kathy.
You get the lesser half of the bar.
Okay.
Good morning, my name is Dan Barbie, and I'm with Christie's Corner Cafe, which is in Elmore as well. And Veronica, wherever you are, you were there a year before I knew we were in Ottawa County. Our mission and objective is to provide vocational training and job opportunities for special needs kids and adults. Down syndrome, autism, Asperger's. One of our superstars is traumatic brain injury. She was a young college kid, got hit by a drunk driver. One thing that we've always endeavored to do was to never throw things away. At the end of the day, because we don't want to sell day-old donuts and day-old soup and things like that, we've always given it away. Retirement village, the police, fire department, we found that need was far greater than we thought. So we established what's called the Christie's Care Program, which is to go out and proactively give away food in our community. And really, the cool thing about it is it gives the opportunity for us to teach the special needs people, kids and adults, that as they've been given so much, we need to give back as well. So we thank OCCF. You've been with us since the day one, quite frankly, and these kids and adults wouldn't have opportunities without places like Christie's, and Christie's would not be here without people like you. So thank you.
Genoa Area Community Food Pantry. Is there anyone?
So the food pantry's mission is to eliminate food insecurity for families within the Genoa area's local school district. So we do that by monthly food and household essential item distribution to the families once a month on the third Saturday. Since the pandemic, we've transitioned to a drive-through where the families will stay in their car and we'll transport the food and household essential items out to them. And so we do that with wagon carts. Some of these wagon carts have been in service for more than 20 years. So the funds we're going to receive will allow us to purchase new wagon carts that are more designed to more safely and efficiently transport the distribution to the families in need. So we really appreciate the support, and it will help us directly meet our mission.
My last one is Genoa Civic Theater. And I think we have, nope, not Joe Mann, I know him, so.
Yes. I'm Adam Shoemaker with Genoa Civic Theater. We are going to use these funds to update our lighting system. So the Genoa Civic Theater has been, I don't know when it actually started. It's been around for many years.
70s, I believe.
Yeah, the Opera House has been there since it was built. So yeah, correct. Our organization. But anyway, so we have basically begged, borrowed, and stealed all of our lighting, all of our sound, and everything, and it's just come to the point where it's basically useless. So these funds will help us further our mission to provide affordable entertainment for the community, as well as provide an artistic outlet for the community members. So we greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
ladies, Mrs. Bergman and my mom were instrumental in saving the town hall. They went out and got grants such as this to revitalize it and bring it to life. So that's what I was remembering. I was not around when it was initially built, so thank you. Jolene's up next.
Good morning, everybody. My first recipient today is the Lake Erie Islands Conservancy, Big Paws, on behalf of the recipient, Lisa Broll.
Yeah, I'm representing the Lake Erie Islands Conservancy. We do work to preserve land on the islands, and we've been working with the Put-in-Bay Township Park District, and we now have over 150 acres that you can come and take a walk and enjoy. We also have a pollinator project with funds from the Fish and Wildlife Service that we're working on right now. But what we got funded for today, we're very excited. We have an AmeriCorps intern for a 10-week period because everybody knows how busy summer is, and we just can't spread ourselves that thin. And this year, she will be working on sustainability, and so she's our first contact to a lot of people that she sees while she's out on the trails. And we did just hire a young lady that started this week, so we're very grateful for this funding. And if I have 15 seconds left, we are going to share that intern too with the Put-in-Bay Township Park District and the Lake Erie Islands Nature and Wildlife Center. And we have one of our biggest fundraisers coming up July 15th, the Middle Bass Music Festival for the Conservancy. So I'm going to give a little plug for that too. And I've got info on everything if you'd like at the table. Thanks for the support. We really appreciate it.
And next we have the musical arts series of Port Clinton, and the recipient will be Dr. Marta Vielhaber, and I hope I pronounced that correctly. Vielhaber, but it's actually Peg.
Yes, I'm Peggy Devian. Marta Vielhaber very kindly stayed home today because she has a cold and didn't want to pass it on to the rest of us. Musical arts has been around 21 years, and we have a regular series of concerts on Sunday afternoon for the public. They're $15 to $20 a ticket. But this is for, this grant is for concerts for senior centers and or children. So we contract with often the Toledo Symphony to come out and give concerts to these people that don't make it to our concerts. Children are free at our concerts, but we get very few at our regular concerts. So we go to the schools and try to get them interested in music. Thank you.
And the third is the Catawba Island Historical Society, and the recipient will be Craig Corpo this morning.
David.
My apologies. I should know better.
They simply looked along the line. We believe that understanding our history is important to making a successful future. We have been in business for 5 years. We've averaged 800 visitors per year. Last year we had 1,220 due to our outreach program and expanding our displays to outside of the museum. This year we're doing Lyman and Matthews boat display out in our parking lot, and we need some electricity out there. So that's what this grant will be used for. We thank you very much.
And next, I'd like to introduce Mike Schenk from our board.
Last year was my first chance at the microphone for this event, and I didn't get the memo on how to properly dress.
So I wanted everybody to know that I have a sport coat on today. And it is an honor to be up here. Just as an anecdotal, I'd like to mention I was out recruiting a few years back at the Oak Harbor High School, and in order to get students to come up and really converse with you, you gotta really just drag them up, because they'll just sit at their tables and not necessarily interact with people, their employers that are there. But I happened to walk by a table, and the reason I bring this up is because it's sometimes easy to lose sight of the fact that there are so many that can't put food on the table. And so I walked by this young man, and he was with his buds, and they were all poking at him and giving him a hard time. And as I listened to the conversation, they were berating him because he has to use food stamps. And so, you know, he was quite embarrassed, and he looked at them and direct in the eye, and he said, you know, I need those because we gotta eat, guys. We gotta have food on the table. So the need in the county is great, that's for sure. So I'm truly amazed again today at all the work that all of you are doing. You're the people in the trenches really making it happen and doing very important work in many different ways. And I'm honored to present 3 grants today. The first one is to the Ottawa County Museum, and evidently Mrs. Peggy Debian is a very busy person because she's representing them also.
Hello, I'm Peggy. I'm the curator at the Ottawa County Museum, and we run the museum with me and about half a dozen volunteers. And we're one of the oldest organizations in the county. We're 91 years old this year. And so we're so happy to have been receiving money from the Community Foundation, not 91 years, but pretty much every year that we've asked for it. This money is for storage. Right now, our photos are being stored in my old shoe boxes. And they're also being stored in rusting cabinets. So we're going to get some archival boxes to put them in, put photographs and other materials in. And then the other thing this is for our Purple Heart Trail. And the museum has been designated a Purple Heart Trail, and the county, along with the county commissioners, has been designated a Purple Heart County. And what this means is that we honor Purple Heart recipients every year. The museum keeps a file of anybody who wants to be honored. If a Purple Heart recipient does not want us to be honored or want us to put their name out, we don't do it. But they come to us and let us know that they would like us to honor them. And then in early August every year, there is a dinner or some kind of event to honor them. We haven't had that yet because this is the first year. So if anybody here knows of a Purple Heart recipient, you can contact us and we'll help you get it through. And those are only for recipients in the county. But we're very proud of that, and that's our newest initiative. Thank you very much.
Next, we have a presentation to the Lake Erie Islands Nature and Wildlife Center for interactive digital displays. And Ms. Renee Foltz.
Hi, my name is Renee Foltz. I'm the director of the Nature and Wildlife Center up on Put-in-Bay. We went through a big expansion in 2020, and for that we did surveys to find out what our visitors wanted. And one of the top things that was mentioned on the surveys was more interactive displays. So these funds will go towards that. We have purchased quite a few different tablets, and we have a really nice program. So it's for our the old park, which is all the taxidermy displays. So it really makes it a lot better for our visitors to get more education as they're going through our nature center. And we do have matching funds for this as well. So we're very excited for all the support that we've received, because the biggest part of our mission is nature education. So thank you very much.
Lastly, we have the Cancer Services providing cancer services for patients and their families, represented today by Cecilia Marie Brown. Did I say that? Cecily. Okay, sorry, Cecily. Okay.
Hi, I'm Cecily Brown with Cancer Services. We opened up our services to Ottawa County just 4 years ago and served 15 cancer patients. Now we're serving over 50 cancer patients in Ottawa County. And this grant will be used to help cancer patients with transportation, mileage reimbursement, nutrition, wigs, medical supplies, and equipment, as well as financial assistance and emotional support. So this grant goes a long way helping cancer patients in Ottawa County. So thank you for investing in their lives.
Mary? Okay. I'd like to just do one more plug for the event while everybody's here and I've got everybody's attention. It's Tuesday, July 25th at Catawba Island Club. And it's a very important dinner and live auction event to help us to continue to do our mission. And if you can come, it'd be great because we need smiling faces, and I see a lot of smiling faces in the audience. So thank you very much.
Well, congratulations, everyone. And again, we are so thankful for all the work you do in the community. There's so many needs in this community that sometimes we just don't know about or we don't see on a day-to-day basis, but they're there. So thank you all for everything you do. Our next grant, this is a very special one, is the Business Advisory Council. And I just want to give you a couple facts about the history of the Business Advisory Council with the Ottawa County Community Foundation. Back in 2015, well, you know, those of you that knew Joy Roth, they were trying to form the Business Advisory Council, and Joy said, well, how much money do you need? We have money. So the goal of the council was to get in the schools some education and hands-on experience for these kids who don't want to go to college and want to get into skilled trades. And so many of them graduate from high school. They've never had an opportunity to try any of the skilled trades. So the goal eventually was to start a skilled trades center here in Ottawa County, so these high school kids could have an opportunity. So it started in 2015. We gave them a grant of $19,000 to get started. And then in 2019, when the actual skilled trades center became a reality, we were able to help fund that. We were able to do that because we had a very generous anonymous donor from Western Ottawa County who set up a special initiative support for schools fund. And this gentleman wanted to do something for kids that fell through the cracks. So Joy was always so excited that we were helping so many children through this fund in Ottawa County. So today we are going to present Business Advisory Council with another grant for a new program. It's the STNA, State Tested Nurses Assistant. And we're very excited about this. Shay, do you want to come on up? And we have two people here from Business Advisory Council today that we are excited to present this to you. Clay Finken and Catherine Adams. And Clay is the new head of the Business Advisory Council. And Catherine is the secretary.
right out of Come on this way. There we go. Just gotta wait till you get enough. Right there. Stop there. Now we got another. Yeah, I'll let Brenda figure this out.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
You got it.
Never know with practice. No, she said it's okay.
Good morning, everyone. It is an honor, but I'm also really humbled to be here today. Just to share a little bit, the Community Foundation has been such a support to grow this program. This year we graduated 15 students from our skilled trade program. 13 of them are currently employed in Ottawa County. Right? And our inaugural class of the STNA, we graduated 11 students, and most of them are going on to college, but they are almost 9 of the 11 are employed in Ottawa County. Advisory Council, our sole purpose, we really want to grow our workforce, and I have to say, I'm a little, like when they were talking about the 55 and older community, I'm right there. A little looking in the mirror, but we're not getting any younger, but we would really like to grow our STNA program. So we had our graduation this year, standing room only. So next year we're gonna have to move it because we're out of room in our skilled trades classroom, which is a very good problem to have. Our program next year is growing to 28 skilled trade students and 23 STNA, and we could not do this without the support of our community and without the support of the foundation. We very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and I think everybody could see the check was for $20,000, and we're so excited. Again, it's this special initiatives support for schools fund that made this possible. Our final grant, I'm gonna get teary, is Jeff, you thought you'd be the one that was here, is the Joy Roth Little Tiger Award. And as you all know, Joy was the one that started the foundation 24 years ago. Next year's our 25th anniversary. So every year, since she passed away 3 years ago, we have chosen a nonprofit who's gone above and beyond to help our community and have an influence in our community. And I want to say a couple things about our recipient this year. We are awarding the Joy Roth Little Tiger Award to take the Arts Garage. So Johnny Devon and Carol Morgan, please come up. Our one behind you on the floor is the certificate in the black frame. I forgot to bring it up with me. I just want to say a couple words about these fine ladies. I called Johnny last night and just got a little information, but 2019, the mayor asked the board, including Johnny and Carol, if they would like to take a look at the old city garage, because I guess the mayor must have had a vision and wanted to know if somebody else would have a vision. So Carol and Johnny were the two that went over to take a look at the garage, and Johnny said, her quote was after she saw it, well, all this place needs is a chandelier. So just to tell you, they'll be telling you more, but I think most of you have at least know where the Arts Garage is, and probably many of you have been through it. It's incredible what they've done. They started with one sculptor, Andy Sackstetter, and he moved in, and now they have 23 resident artists in there. They have had over 16,000 people go through in the last 2 years, which I was flabbergasted at. I thought that was amazing. So they are giving approximately 25 classes a month to children and adults. They have a writing course every month. They have an art show every month. They have, which I find amazing, 155 volunteers from all over the county. So we felt that what they have given to the community is above and beyond, and we are so excited. Oh, and Jeff Roth, come on up. And I'm going to let Jeff say a few words.
Well, I just want to say we know the community accomplishment that she will do for this community. But we have gone full circle. In 1977, 46 years ago, Joy, once again, we were in Upper Sandusky, and the Star Theater was being sold. And as you know, the theater that you would have had in Fort Clinton, it would be gone forever. Well, that Joy was not going to allow that. So, literally, we bought the building back as they were taking chairs out of the theater. And we bought it and then thought, now what do we do? We really didn't know what all of that meant. It's just that Joy wasn't going to let it happen. So at that moment, I don't remember how it happened, but this is full circle. Our first director, the first two, she came over and literally saved us because we did not know what we were doing, and she directed several shows, but the most amazing thing of this circle is that the first show was Arsenic and Old Lace, and the lead was Mortimer by Jim Deere. I have nothing to do with who gets this award, but I can tell you, Joy would be thrilled.
I'm not going to be emotional. But anyway, I'm not going to be emotional, but I just want to say this, that in Upper Sandusky, it was an exciting experience to open a theater. At the time, I was opening 2 other theaters at the same time. I really can't believe that I am standing here because you have to have a dream. And if you don't have a dream, you'll never have a dream come true. So with Upper Sandusky's theater, with the Toledo School for the Arts, which was 8 rooms, and now we're the most outstanding school in Ohio as well as in the country. And then I come to Port Clinton, I'm going to retire. So anyway, it's in your blood, I guess, or what have you, I don't know. But anyway, and so I met a woman called Carol Morgan. And Carol Morgan, as most of you know, is extremely persuasive. And so anyway, the mayor asked us to look at that building, and yes, it did need a chandelier. And right now it has a plastic chandelier, but it's coming along. So the Arts Garage is young, extremely young, but we're growing. Many people have said that we have grown too quickly. But, you know, it's sort of like a child. You look at a child and you say, you're growing so quickly. I mean, what are we going to do? What are you going to wear, etc. The Arts Garage, we are growing quickly. And what do we need? You guessed it, money. I hate to equate anything that's been so wonderfully enjoyable as with money, but that's where it comes, I guess. So, we are young. Well, I guess you could say we're the Arts Garage in Port Clinton is the infant. But the Arts Garage is looked over by great parents, and that's the Greater Port Clinton Area Arts Council. And so this is, I'm so excited that they are just so, how do you say this, Carol? That they're so excited. My word doesn't come here right now. But anyway, we're very excited to have the Greater Port Clinton Area Arts Council because they're looking after us. They're the mother and the father, so to speak, of the Arts Garage. And it's a wonderful, wonderful experience. And I want to tell you this, that not anyone that is renting at the Arts Garage has ever missed a rent payment. I think that's very important. Okay, so now I'd like, Carol Morgan is the president of the Greater Port Clinton Area Arts Council. And I just want her to tell you all the wonderful things of how they've reached out into the community spreading art.
The Greater Port Clinton Area Arts Council, all the public art that is in Port Clinton is because of the Greater Port Clinton Area Arts Council. The warbler, the triptych that is on at Friendship Park, on the side of the Clinton House, the sculptures in Friendship Park, that was started by the Arts Council. We really believe that no child should not be behind because they can't afford to have art classes. So there's not, for any student, K through 12 in Ottawa County, they never have to pay for a class. Thanks to the generosity of the Port Clinton Rotary Club, they've made a commitment for 5 years for $5,000 a year for children's programming. We have had an artist, Keith Fleming, who raised $6,000 for children's programming. And they have everything from pottery, drawing, watercolors, tie-dye, all kinds of wonderful things that these children are exposed to. The interactive sculptures that they'll be a part of, they're going to help select what artists they want to see on that, what faces they will get to pick up. It's the Arts Council is, art is so important to a community. So thank you all for all the support that you have given. Come to the Arts Council and see what we have to do. The Writer's Circle, third Thursday every month. And you don't have to be a writer, but it is so wonderful to sit there and listen to what these people are doing. We have figure drawing class. We have everything.
And so when I look back at Joy and Jeff Roth, whom I've known for 40 years, it has gone full circle. Thank you very much. By the way, Jeff Roth happened to be in a musical. What was the name of the musical, Jeff? He had the lead, and he was absolutely wonderful. I think it was Funny Girl?
Guys, Hello Dolly.
Excuse me, it was Hello Dolly. I was just thinking,
And
remember.
that is because Johnny was the director, and 3 weeks into it, whoever I was, dropped out, and since I owned the place, Joy said, "You are doing it." Never again.
It was a wonderful experience for all of us.
you go.
Well, thank you. Now, probably understand why I say this is one of the best days of the year for us. Hope it has been a great morning for you too. Just seeing the breadth and the depth of the charitable work going on across the county, and every project that's been highlighted this morning, they're behind it are people helping other people, moving programs forward, helping the county thrive. And we're at the foundation, we're just pleased to be able to help it along in small measure. A couple final things before we close. The representatives here from each project, if you'll stay for a group photo, and then you'll be able to get your check after that. I want to mention also next year our grants process will start up again in January. Applications due March 1. Please take a gala flyer about our event coming up on July 25, and take a pen, take a whatever you want. Just go ahead and take it. So I want to thank all of you for coming to celebrate giving and caring. Thank you.